Day 30 of the Premier Push Oil Games. My name is Dan Hillstorm, and today we're going to be talking about the back office, and more specifically the back office, the detailed genealogy, or a report in the back office that allows you to track your business throughout the month. And as you're really trying to understand what's happening, where the growth is happening, who has what a purchases are made, etc., as you're qualifying, you need to understand this report. So we're going to jump into that and take a look at it. Let's go ahead and look in that back office and get a feel for it, okay? As you log into your doTERRA back office, okay, you either go into the shopping center or you're going to your account, right? You need to make sure you know where you're at. Log in with your ID number and password, then come to your back office. Normally you'll land on this dashboard report, right? Depending on which country you're in. And you can see the basics about your business, right? But we want to get more detail. So to get more detail and run these reports, go to the downline tab. And in the downline tab, you're going to see all these things coming through, okay? Over here on the left, under My Business and Specific Reports. We don't need to worry about this member summary for right now. We're going to focus here on the left under the detailed genealogy. Go ahead and click on that. And it's going to open up a report that we use constantly, okay, to be able to track our business on a daily, weekly, monthly basis as it goes through. This is a report. I hope that you become familiar with it, and it gives you the details you need to go through. Now, it's set up very simply, right? The focus ID should start with you. This should be your ID number to start with, but you can change it to look at anybody in your team's downline from them down, right? So if I wanted to look at someone on my first level, only see their people, I would put their ID number right here. I would click on Update Report, and I would see this report for them, okay? I can see the number of levels I want to see. Just one level. I can set up to 10 levels or 100 levels, right? I tend to run it with just one or two levels, almost always just one level that I look at, because I want to look at that person and their qualifying levels. You can switch back between sponsor tree or the placement sponsor tree, right? The people that are placing the organization, or the enroller tree, the personal enroller tree. Almost always run it in the enroller tree myself, but back and forth becomes valuable. We'll talk about why. Okay, and you can look at different member types, right? Wellness advocates, customers, others. Again, I almost always just run it as the entire organization so I can see everybody who's there and how it contributes to that number. Anytime I make a change here, I need to make sure I hit Update Report so it gives me the new report, right? Or I can save my settings as the new default report. So every time that I log in here, I'm gonna see this report, okay? Or I can reset the defaults back to the basics, and that's basically what doTERRA set up as their basic report. Other things you can see here. You can see right now I've set this up as name, member ID, member type, levels, current rank, highest rank, right? All these things. Sponsor ID, enroller ID, and the different months of business. How do I change that? I open up the columns tab here, and I can add or remove available columns in my report. These are all the columns that are available. I can add email address or city or country or county or postal code or the name of their sponsor, right? I can also, and I do that by moving them over. Or I can go name, member ID, member type, levels. Well, I probably don't need the member type right now. So I would go ahead and click this little arrow, left, right? Put it over to the left. And that means it's here, the right member type. And then I hit Update Report, and we're gonna see what happens. Report comes up, and now as you can see, that member type is gone, right? I just updated my report, and I can add it back into, if I want to see what it is, I add it back in. I can then say I want it to show up as the second column in my report. Okay, right here, I hit Update Report, and you're going to see right down here as it comes back up, right? Oh, right there's member type again. So you can customize this report to see what you want to see and become very familiar with this. This becomes a powerful tool for you for tracking your business. As you're pushing to become Premier, you now need to see legs, right? 2 legs of at least 2,000 points and a total of 5,000 points in your team. So as you track this, you're going to be able to identify who does this come through, right? Who does this come through? Let's look down here and take a look at it. Now I'm using a report here that has some of our great team members from Taiwan. And so here are the Taiwanese names and Taiwanese characters. We use that so I didn't have to show you any names and get there. But this is something you probably wouldn't recognize or display their information, right? But this is someone else's live business here. So as we've done this, you can see their member ID number. They're a wellness advocate. This is 0 level, right? Because this is looking at their business, their level 0. And then here's all of their first level, right? Enrolled level, current rank, highest ranked, the next LRP date, very important. Next LRP, this shows that this person on July 25th is going to have an order of 100 points that should run on the 25th of July, right? So I can project volume for next month. That's very important for striking distance reports or calculating volume that I'm missing to be able to grow my business. The sponsor ID, the enroll ID, so you understand the structure of the team a little bit, and then the volume. Here's the current month's volume, right? They've had a great month. I'm running this report right now on the 25th of the month, but you can see that they've already almost exceeded April's total sales and for sure May's total sales. So they're having a good month and their business is growing. That is their OV, their total company organizational volume, versus their PV, their personal purchases, right, for the last 3 months. And I can now look down and get a feel for who this is. Well, who's going to help them qualify? Where are they going to be at, right? You can see they have a first level person who has a lot of volume as well, right? This is the first level. You can see it right here, number of levels, number 1. They are the first level, and because we're looking at the enroller tree, these people are personally enrolled by ID number 89999. Does that make sense? So if I look over here, you can see that the sponsor ID and the enroller ID matches, right? I'm seeing the first level person, okay? And down here though, you can see a little difference. This person, okay, has a different sponsor, which means that ID number 89999, right, has actually enrolled this person, but then placed them or sponsored, right, underneath ID number 1823408. So you kind of get an idea of how that works. What sponsor ID, enroller ID, how do you place somebody, what is that volume count, right, as it comes up. These are the critical things to track. Let's look at just a couple more things here. There are some filters here. I rarely use the filters. You can try to search for basically some titles, right, whether active or auto ship, to give you more details. Not look at that. Let's just kind of focus on what we have here and close this down. Let's talk about how we use this report. And this is probably the most important part of what we're going to talk about. Now that you know how to understand it, how to lay it out, how to configure it, what are we really looking for? At the end of the month, okay, going in after the 15th, I check this to see how LRPs ran, right, to see if people are missing their LRP. So I'm going to go down my list here. Oh, and right here, you can see one. This individual, right, while they have some volume in their team, last month they had an LRP order, right? There it is, 141 points for May, personal volume. But this month, right, they have no personal order. So I can maybe contact this person, right? I can actually click on their name if I want to. Watch this come up. Okay, and as it comes up, it gives me details about this specific person, right? If I clicked on consultant information, it would give me their email address, it would give me their phone number and their address. I could reach out to this person and say, hey, I noticed you haven't got your LRP yet, anything I can do to help. But it gives you some real detail to look at the business, understand what's going on at a glance, right? So I can go through. This person, right, doesn't have a 100 point LRP, so they're not qualified. This person either, right? But I can tell what's happening. You can look back and say, well, who's doing the business, who isn't? What do they did more, they did less? Do they have their auto ship this month, their LRP, loyalty rewards point, or do they have their purchases made? And it allows you to dig in and understand it. It also allows you to identify strong leaders, right? So for right here, we have a leader growing, right? This is a leader that came through, didn't do much, just didn't do much. Oh my gosh, look at this. This month they have 1,000 points. Okay, they had a great month. They've got engaged. They're growing. They have their personal purchases already. They're set to run an auto ship next month. This could be a new leader, right? This person that has used to be a gold, looks like they're back active again and they're growing their business and they're pushing through. Does that make sense? And so as you look at that, you can look at where they were at. What was their highest rank, right? What was their current rank? This says their highest rank is platinum, because it is. This is a platinum account. But currently in the month of June, right now, they're just qualifying as elite. As the month ends, they will come in, they will finish qualifying, right? They'll get a lot more volume comes in, they help their team grow, and they'll hopefully qualify as a platinum again, or as a silver, or as a gold, whatever needs to happen based on that month's volume and sales. Look at this after the 15th, right? Looking at it early in the month doesn't do you a lot of good unless you're trying to see where people are organized. I start looking at this actively the last 10 days of the month, right? 10 days out, I look at it, get a feel for where my numbers are. The last 5 days, starting at day 5, I really start to look at it, and then every day thereafter, I run this report every day. I look at the details, I look at the numbers, I look at who's qualifying. I reach out to people. I put a strategy in place. I don't want to do this the last day of the month only, because if it's too late. It's too late in the month to be actually to get involved and run an incentive or motivation, or see if you can help fix an issue with a team. So you want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time looking at this report regularly to give a checkup on your business to help you dial it in. This is the detailed genealogy report. It's absolutely powerful. It's really what I use 99% of the time to track our business. And we have for many, many years done it. It gives me the detail you need to be able to see how everything's organized. And as you use it on a regular basis, right, I know that you're going to have much more success doing that. So that is the back office and really specific the detailed genealogy. Again, my name is Dan Hillstorm. Good luck in your quest for Premier. This is day 30. You can do this. This is going to be awesome. You're getting into the end of the month, so you're probably trying to make sure that you are pushing this out strong. Today might be the last day of the month for you. And if it is, look at the report if you've never used it before and give it all you've got. You've got this. Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.